It wasn't supposed to be that deep. Someone said something and they feel like you took it the wrong way. Not what you think. They might have been joking, but there's a lot of truth in joking, and that's what they don't get. They're pretending not to care. From their standpoint, they were just joking. But you saw something, and it was time for a change. Something about this person gave you the ick. All of a sudden. Maybe you've known them for a while. And it doesn't necessarily mean you get them out of your life. It might mean just taking a step back from them or some kind of break from them, depending on the circumstances. They wish they could hold you. Oh, they wish they could come in and make things right. They really think it was miscommunication, but I'm telling you, you're very intuitive and you know what this is about. If it's for you, you know what this is about. You are intuitive and you saw what you needed to see. That's what they don't understand. It was more of a spiritual thing for you, probably. You need to really pay attention more to those little quiet nudges in your spirit. I know I look back and I wish I had at times, and this is one of those things where you were right, and that's what I'm really here for, to help guide you, because all is mind, Neo. You're going to learn that soon enough, and you need to really get in touch with your spirit, with your own energy, and meditate. Go within, meditate, because we live in a field of consciousness, and your mind is a magnetic battery. And it's constantly drawn in that consciousness. And what I mean by that is like energy. It's an energy field around you all the time in all these different dimensions, at least 12, actually more like 15 or more. But we only live in 3 of those dimensions currently. My purpose here on this channel, Need This Message, is to get you more in touch with your own intuition, not just rely on what's being told to you. But that's what readers should do, tarot, oracle, whatever. The good ones will tell you that. You need to realize that you're constantly drawing all this stuff in, including thoughts from other people. Rose-colored glasses, distance. Okay, this has to do with, this is so funny. You put the distance between you and this person, and you might even be thinking, I don't even know why, or maybe you made up a reason. I know it's crazy. Sometimes we do things, we just act first spiritually, and we don't even know why. This person said something about your life or did something to make you realize they saw you and they saw you as someone they could manipulate or someone who owed them something. They made an assumption about you. Let me just give you a completely fictional example of what that would look like. Let's say someone sees you eating in a fancy restaurant, wearing nice clothes, and you look like old money. You look like you've had money forever and you come from generational wealth. Well, you just happen to look that way. They don't know what's really going on. Maybe you got a free dinner there. Someone gave you those clothes. Maybe you do have money, but it's not new money. You just learned how to dress old money. Maybe you just won the lottery. They don't know. That's what I'm saying. They have made assumptions that they should not have made. Or maybe you're thin now, and they just assumed you're always thin. Well, they have no idea that you used to weigh 300 pounds more. No idea. That's what I mean. They made some kind of assumption. It doesn't have to be that, but hopefully you see the energy I'm talking about. They just misjudged you, miscalculated in a way, maybe felt very cold. Now they're pretending not to care. How should you proceed? I'm just here for your intuition, like I said, because you really need to keep paying attention to that still small voice. You were overanalyzing. That came out as I said that, because that's what I mean about spiritual stuff. It's usually the first thing that comes to you. It's like you just move in energy and feeling instead of overanalyzing. When you start overanalyzing, that's when you start letting everything from out here get in your mind. This is something that just came to you that you didn't have to go to your friend to ask about. You didn't have to really give any thought to. You just knew this wasn't for you. You have positive thoughts. So I've been talking about your mind being a magnetic battery. I have to remind myself that too, because it's so easy to get caught up in everything going on out here and think it's so real, but it's really not. What's going on inside your thoughts that's more real than anything, because what happens if you don't wake up tomorrow? Where are you going to be? What's going on there, huh? Your consciousness is transferring to someplace, from your body to something else. It's all happening in the mind. Fantasize about the life you want. Yes, I said fantasize. Imagine. Let yourself do that, because it turns your mind into a magnetic battery and you start drawing that in. You had to get away from this. There was some kind of negative evil. I just got negative evil. That's weird. That's a very weird thing to say. It sounds redundant. But that's what I got. And This was a negative, and it's time for you to embrace your new life. You have positive thoughts. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.